Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome to Blackass.
Wait. Wrong footage. Back it up.
Hey there. Thank you for subscribing to my OnlyFans. On today's episode, we're going to talk about how to open up this organic juice bottle with only your...
Wait, isn't this an automotive review channel?
Oh wait, you're right. Sorry.
Get back in there.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Next time.
Welcome to Queers and Steers, an automotive review channel through a queer lens. For this pilot episode, I am introducing my new electric vehicle, the Polestar 2. Kick your feet up, take out your poppers, and let's go!
Take control, baby. Give in and just take me, baby. Oh yeah, how do you want? Take control, baby. Give in and just take me, baby. Oh yeah, how do you want?
So what the f is Polestar? Polestar is an electric performance brand. It is co-owned by Volvo and Geely. So if Volvo and Geely had sex, they would pop out this baby that is Polestar. Now, a lot of folks are familiar with Volvo, been around for a really long time. Geely, you may know less of. They are based in China. So despite the Swedish influence and branding that is Volvo, this is essentially a Chinese car. It is built entirely in China. Now, of course, there are cruel people I've seen on Instagram and comments and YouTube videos and threads that are saying things like, oh, I'm not going to buy a car that's built in China. We know who these people are, right? Either way, solid car, electric performance brand. It's very similar to AMG for Mercedes. If you're familiar with AMG, it's essentially Mercedes performance brand. Polestar is very similar to that. You can actually go online to Volvo's website, buy a Volvo, an actual Volvo, and have it customized with Polestar specific parts. So upgraded brakes, suspension, things of that sort. So now Polestar is branding itself as an individual performance electric brand that is completely separate from Volvo. So what's interesting is when I went to pick up this car, the dealership, they own, a number of dealerships around the Los Angeles area, one of which is Volvo, and they actually had to take off the license plate bracket that said Volvo on it because Polestar is very specific that they do not want this brand to be affiliated with Volvo in that way, even though I picked it up from a Volvo dealership. And if I ever have to get this car serviced, I will be getting it serviced from a Volvo service center. Interesting. I want to talk about 5 features I really love about this car, and 5 features that are either annoying, completely piss me off, or just need a little enhancement. The first feature is the infotainment system. Now, I am an Apple person. I have an iPhone, I have an Apple Watch, AirPods, HomePod Mini, Mac, iPad, Apple TV. All of my electronic devices are Apple. So I think a part of the appeal of this car is that the entire operating system, the entire infotainment system is built on Google's Android. Now, sure, a lot of you have heard of Android Auto. It's similar to Apple CarPlay. You plug your phone in, or some of it is wireless now, but your phone is essentially connected, and it, in a sense, mirrors what is on your phone, and it allows you to navigate, play your music, etc. Android Automotive, however, is specifically a car operating system, so it acts completely independently from your phone. You don't have to have a Google phone to have this car. Everything is just built in. Now, the system itself plays on the strengths of a lot of the mobile operating systems on Android. So I could say, okay, Google, turn the heated steering wheel to level 2.
Sure, changing the steering wheel heater to 2.
It could also do things like, okay, Google, play Run This Club by Cakes Tequila on Spotify. So it's playing, but it's playing the remix. I wasn't prepared for this, but it kind of works. Okay, Google, play Goody Goodies by Cakes Tequila on Spotify.
Okay, asking Spotify to play Cakes.Killa.
A little wonky. It's not playing exactly what I'm asking for, but usually it works. And I bet if I were to ask it, okay Google, play 3435 by Ariana Grande.
Just a moment. It looks like there's no connection, so I can't play it for you.
See, it's never been this finicky. Of course, right when I'm filming, it's like no service, even though it says I have full bars. So it's a little finicky. Let's try something else. Okay, Google, when is Trump leaving the White House?
Trump may kick and scream leaving the White House, but he'll take his voters with him. He will have just one agenda over the next 4 years, to remain politically...
So there's Google News as well. So I mean, I asked the system, I'm not going to say it because it will go off, I asked them when Trump is leaving the White House, and it pulled up a couple of news articles that I can
I found some news in that.
okay, we know, that I could listen to. So it's kind of just like a clip. It doesn't have the entire article. It's not like I'm reading on the screen. It's more so like a 47-second instance of reading it to me, but that's a cool feature that I honestly didn't even realize existed until just now. So work, but he needs to get the fuck out. Get out. But of course, the best part of infotainment is the speaker system. Now it's Harman Kardon. I had Harman Kardon on my last car, and it's so crisp. It's actually almost too crisp in this car. I would almost prefer it to be a little bit grittier, but so I found the Cakes.Killa song that I actually wanted to play, so let me just crank this for you.
What you want, I'ma give you what you need.
It slaps. My second favorite feature is the performance package. Now, the performance package was a $5,000 edition, and it comes with a few things. The first, upgraded 20-inch Ford alloy rims. They are lightweight. To me, they're absolutely stunning. More so than the 20-inch rims that you could just buy standalone as upgrades. They also, this car standard comes with 19-inch rims, which I actually think look way better than the other upgraded 20-inchers. But the ones on this car, the performance package, I think are just absolutely gorgeous. The other features of the performance pack are yellow valve caps for the wheels, are gold, yellow performance special edition seat belts, Öhlins dampers. So Öhlins dampers, the suspension, they're actually adjustable, so they can be tweaked in 22 different settings, from really firm to lighter. Now, I don't know what this car is set at. I didn't ask. It's supposed to be set for like middle of the road, so kind of not too hard, not too cushy. Despite whatever setting it's on, it's a firm ride, which I would expect from 20-inch wheels. And it's not anything crazy. I mean, on Los Angeles streets, going over these bumps, regardless of your car, it's gonna clap, it's gonna hit. It's not reverberating through the entire cabin. I'm not thrown out of my seat. It feels pretty good. The other features of the performance package are upgraded Brembo brakes. Brembo is like the king, the queen of brakes, and they're painted yellow as well. And then we also have a blackout roof. So there's the panel between the glass roof and the rest of the paint is blacked out to give it a more sleek, upgraded look. The other thing I really love about this car are the accessible buttons and switches. Now, originally when I started this channel, I was cross-shopping a bunch of different cars, and what I quickly learned is that, well, I already knew this, but it just became more apparent. So much of vehicle design, any design really, is by men. And I say that because I have long nails. As you can see, this is actually not as long. They're usually double the length. And what I found with most vehicles is the buttons and switches are impossible or really tedious to access when you have long nails. BMW is probably the biggest culprit of this that I've test driven. The buttons are so teeny tiny, and if you want to push things up and down or change the climate control, volume, anything like that, I literally have to like touch things with the side of my finger or my knuckles, because it just was not accessible at all, and it was really frustrating actually. So what I really love about this car, the buttons are really big, they're really accessible. I don't have to finagle my way around anything. Everything is touch screen. The one weird quirk to that, I will say, the volume button here is directly in front of the shifter. Now I think maybe they designed this to use the shifter as a handrest to turn, which actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it, but I kind of wish that the button was like off to the side a little bit, or like a scroll wheel to the left, so I can just kind of scroll up and down as I please, but not a deal breaker. Everything else, everything from an accessibility standpoint, with the exception of something in the back seat, which I will get to later, is really accessible and within arm's reach of what I need it to be. So thumbs up. Designers, think about nails, think about hands and access other than like your stubby cis man hands. There are more people out there, particularly queer men like myself, who are single and have disposable income to spend on these things. Think about us. Thank you. Another thing I really like about this car, the trunk. Let's go take a look back there. Power trunk. Now, when I was cross-shopping with the Model 3, it didn't have this feature. The new iteration of the Model 3, they just updated it. It does have built-in wireless charging. It does have a power trunk, though I'm not sure if it has the kick sensor underneath. But this was honestly one of the biggest things I looked at when looking for an EV, was having a power trunk. And this is also a hatchback, so let me pop this open one more time. So as you can see, there's loads of space in here. Right now I have this divider up that allows you to hold your shopping bags or any kind of bags in place. There's other tethers here. This folds down. I'm not going to fold it down right now, and just loads of space. And the back seats fold down as well. So as you can imagine, just how many things we can fit in here. Increíble. The last thing I really, really love about this car, the light show when it greets me. Sick. And similarly, so when I lock the door, sick, or unlock. Wow. All right, we've gone through the things that I love about this car. Let's talk about the things I don't love as much. Now, the first two are physical designs, can't be fixed, can't be changed. The latter three things are hopefully, I'm sure, are changeable with the software upgrade. This car, it can be updated by a software update, suspension, windows, new features in the infotainment. Everything about the car that is electronic can be updated through the infotainment system. So I'm hoping these last three things that I'll talk about can be fixed. But the first two, I'm just stuck that way. The first thing, cup holders. So this car has two cup holders. One of them is lodged right in the center. That's for me, it's for the driver. Well, I guess it could be for the passenger, but it's literally just one cup holder here in the center. Now, if you want a second cup holder, you have to open the armrest, and it's removable. It's like a little plastic piece in here that you can take out, but it's literally in the armrest. So if you want to use two cup holders, you have to have the armrest just chilling open the whole time. So it's like there's nowhere to now rest my arm if two people want to use the cup holder. So it's really, really strange. It's a very strange design. No, undoubtedly designed by a straight man who wasn't thinking. Thanks, straight man. The second design snafu is, I kind of referenced it earlier. It's a few things. It's basically just the back seat in general. Let's hop in the back and take a look. Ooh. Now this is actually my first time sitting back here, and for someone being 6 foot and bald, it's pretty good. Like, I assume if you're somebody who has like really big hair, you're going to be brushing or having to, like, I don't know, kind of crouch or slouch down a little bit. But I mean, I'm sitting completely upright, and you know, I guess if I go over a hard bump, my head would hit the ceiling. But if you slouch a little bit, it's actually pretty good. Knee room is excellent. The only thing that feels, I don't know, a little weird is like foot room down here. Let me hike up my skirt. It's like there's not a lot of like give for my feet. It's not terrible. Kind of feel confined, but it's not the end of the world. But what I was going to say about back here, the two things that I dislike, one, transmission tunnel. So this platform of this car is built on the Volvo XC40, which is like their compact SUV, which I was honestly cross-shopping with as well. And sorry, the screen went black. Are we live? Yeah, we're still live. The transmission tunnel. So whoever's sitting in the back center seat, it's going to be a little, you know, a little less than comfortable. Again, you're going to have to slouch a little bit for long rides or worry about your head. Yeah, see, if you go over a bump, not a good idea. It's a little cramped. It's not the worst I've ever felt. And the center seat back is kind of hard, but it's not the end of the world. The second thing back here that I think is really weird is the window switch. So if I'm sitting like this, right, my hands are here. If I want to roll the window down, again, nails, accessibility, like I literally have to, like, you see how uncomfortable this is? Like the window switch should literally be over here somewhere. It should be further forward to the door. I literally have to like bend in this weird contortionist way. Like look how contorted I am. Hi. To roll down the window, which it's not rolling down because the car is now powered down. Can I get out? Hopefully child lock isn't on. Yeah. So kind of weird. It's not the end of the world. For people who are sitting back here, they can get used to it. You kind of just have to lean over to roll down the window. But yeah, ergonomically, back seats, a little cramped. Now the next three things that I'm not a huge fan of, as I mentioned, are hopefully fixable with a software upgrade. The first one is wireless charging. Now, I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I've done some online research. Apparently, a lot of I don't even know how to say it, QI. It's like the wireless charging standard. I think it's Qi. A lot of Qi wireless chargers are not working with the latest iPhone 12, iPhone 12 mini, iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max. Some of them do, some of them don't. Sometimes it works with a restart of the phone. Sometimes it doesn't. It's really weird, and I'm hoping that it's not a physical design flaw. I don't suspect it to be. I'm totally speculating. My guess is that Apple, because they have the new MagSafe charger, that there's some software thing that's like, you know, preventing overheating on non-Apple chargers, or preventing something from happening, or Apple's just being very, very slick about their they're like, oh, it's just not going to work with Qi chargers, so you have to buy Apple's first, and then they're going to be like, oh, we had no idea, it needs a software update. Who knows? Capitalism. But the wireless charger in here for my phone, I put it see the play button, it's in the center. It's very weird. So I just put my phone on the wireless charger. It does something, it lights up, and it says what level it's charged, but it's not actually charging. It just kind of sits there and gets hot. So I haven't tried another phone. Apparently, again, this is only affecting iPhone 12 models. If I know somebody with an iPhone 10, 11, I'm sure I'll try it, and I'm sure it's going to work because it's worked for other people. But for now, for my phone, wireless charging doesn't work, which is annoying. But there are two USB-C plugs right next to it. If I need to charge my phone up, I can do so by plugging in directly. Usually I leave the house with a charged phone. I don't necessarily need to charge it. But I'm hoping that will be fixed with a software update. The next quirky thing has to also do with the infotainment and the music. I've been streaming my music via Bluetooth. Every time I got in the car and pushed play on the music app in my phone, it would act like it was playing for a second and then just stop. So I would hit play, the pause button would show up as if, you know, it's playing music, nothing would actually play, and then it would immediately like go back to where it was. Sorry, that pause, I just burped. Excuse me. It would go right back, so it wasn't playing music. Every time I got in the car, I'd have to reboot the infotainment system, which is like holding the home button for 20 seconds and letting it reboot. That seemed to be the only remedy that I could find until I got on the Polestar forum, which I've been a part of for a while, and some other people were saying, oh, if you just push the play button on the car itself, it alleviates that issue. So I've been doing that, and it works. So if I ever get in the car and I want to listen to music, in order to sort of like initiate the connection between my phone and the car, I have to hit play on the car itself and not play on my phone. Pretty strange. Don't know if that's intended. I assume that would be an easy fix with a software update again, but just something weird and quirky. I'm just glad that I don't have to restart the infotainment system every time, because that was annoying. The final thing that annoys me about this car is the lack of Apple integration. Now, as I mentioned before, this whole thing runs on Google Android Automotive. So Google Maps, Google, I'm an Apple person, so I'm forgetting what it's called. Google Assistant. Sorry, there's like a cluster of traffic. So the infotainment system has Google Maps, Google Assistant, and has Spotify built in. Apple CarPlay is nowhere to be found. Now, I honestly, like, coming from being an avid Apple user and having CarPlay in my last car, it's a great tool. In this car, I honestly don't even need it. However, it would at least be nice to have the Apple Music app from the Google Play Store. Now, the Google Play Store in this car is specific to the car, so I can't go and download any old app from the Google Play Store. Developers have to build their app specifically for Android Automotive, which is new to this vehicle. This is actually the first vehicle to run solely on Android Automotive operating system. Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay, is supposedly coming to this car next year by mid 2021 as a software update, which is awesome. I love that this car can upgrade itself. However, for now, I'm limited to Bluetooth streaming audio and Spotify. Now, I had honestly never really used Spotify. I just signed up for a 3-month trial. They were having a holiday 3-month free trial for premium, so I literally just signed up for that. And so, you know, I'm going to be playing music mixed through Bluetooth from my phone and now trying to get familiar with Spotify. I've been using Spotify for a few days now. I don't really like it. I think it's just like because I'm not used to it, of course. But I'm hoping at some point we get some Apple CarPlay, or at the very least Apple Music app in the Google Play Store on this, so I can at least just sign in and have all of my playlists and all of the things that I'm used to. It'd be great. I really want to thank everyone for watching. I've always loved cars. I've always been interested in automotive journalism. It's not easy to get into if you aren't already connected to it in some way. And so it took me buying my own brand new car, buying all of this equipment to do these reviews myself. And so I really appreciate you tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. What features on the car are you interested in learning about? I do want to say this channel will start as automotive, but it's going to transform into so much more. I'm going to have guests. I'm going to talk about issues in the world, things that are really important to me in regards to queerness, to race, to equality. And I'm hoping that I can sort of play through and teach everyone about cars and have fun with this, but also garner folks who are really interested in learning about ways that we can just be better as human beings and really just change the course of the future and leave the world better than we found it. This is JJ with Queers and Steers. Have a good day.
Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome to Black Ass. Ah!